So Mary Magdalene wanted to come through really strongly today, to be with us today. I asked who my guides wanted to step forward, and Mary Magdalene wanted to step forward today. So she's here with us. So I'll be channeling her energy through me as I say this prayer. So this is the prayer for sixth ray healing. Invocation to the flame of resurrection. I am the resurrection and the life of my eternal freedom in the light. I am the resurrection and the life of my physical body's perfect blueprint. I am the resurrection and the life of my emotional body's perfect blueprint. I am the resurrection and the life of my mental body's perfect blueprint. I am the resurrection and the life of my etheric body's perfect blueprint. I am the resurrection and the life of my spiritual body's perfect blueprint. I am the resurrection and the life of the Ascended Master's purity and love. I am the resurrection and the life of the healing powers of the sacred flames. I am the resurrection and the life of my immortal perfection and illumined love of the cosmic Christ. I am the resurrection and the life of the powers of the sacred fire within me, restoring all the wondrous gifts of my divine essence. So, we're talking about, you hear me talking about divinity a lot. Divine essence has come up here as well, and we've got the divine masculine, divine feminine. And when I talk about that divinity, I'm talking about the God part of us. So that's the part of us that has been veiled for a long, long time. We've had a veil literally just placed over us, and we've just forgotten that we have that divinity part of us, that we actually have that God self part of us. So many people have been what was the word? I was going to say vilified. But yeah, like Mary Magdalene, and so many people, like even some Hollywood stars as well over the years have come out and said different things, or different influencers have said different things in regard to the truth of our divinity and that we are God's source in a body. And their character has been assassinated, basically, definitely with Mary Magdalene, hers was. And the best way for them to really annihilate her character was to call her a prostitute. And this is something, she definitely was not a prostitute. And this is coming through quite strongly. She would like to remind you of that. She wasn't. And, this is what patriarchy does to women that are powerful women. And she was basically showing people how to heal their bodies. And she was working with the womb. And she was showing the sacredness of the womb. And her whole character was assassinated for this. So she certainly wasn't the prostitute. And so we have to really look at, the textbooks that say that she was. And you look at those and follow the traces back to who wrote these textbooks and what was their reasoning for it. And, when you feel into your own intuition, you'll see that the real reason is to put women down. Essentially, like what is another way we can really put a woman down? Is to call her a prostitute, and this is the thing that has happened over the years, that women have had to deal with, and it's not fair. It's not fair, because on one hand, they're happy to utilize the services of a prostitute, and then on the other hand, they use it against you. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And it's just very unfair. And, regardless of whether you're a male or female, your mother gave birth to you, and you may or may not have children that are, young women. So regardless of our, whether we're male or female, it affects us, and if it doesn't affect us in this lifetime, it's certainly affected us in other lifetimes, because in some lifetimes we have been women. So in the quantum realities, when you're looking at past, present, and future, and if everything in the quantum physics of reality is actually happening in the now moment, all of those timelines where we were men or we were women in the other timeline is actually happening now simultaneously at this 0 point. So this is where these I am prayers are super powerful, because we're actually tapping into this 0 point. When we tap into the I am presence, we're actually tapping into the 0 point of reality, and we're actually healing all timelines. So that is why I am going to continue doing these prayers as much as I can, and but particularly on a Sunday I'm going to come on live. Obviously on TikTok at the moment. TikTok is probably the best platform that's not being skewed, and it doesn't, they don't seem to mind what I say over there so much. But so I'll continue doing lives on TikTok on Sundays at 4 p.m. and reading the Sunday prayer, along with a few other prayers from the Seven Sacred Flames book. And they, as I say, they're all to do with the I Am Present. So if you want to read along, it's super powerful if you do that, because we'll amplify it within yourself and also without, so like within humanity as well. Yeah, but as I say, or if you just want to listen, you know, I will always intend for the prayer to be coding your body. So if you want to just listen, you can just listen as well. That's going to really, really have an impact on your body as well. I'm just trying to think. Oh, runny nose, spirits running through me. What else did she want to say? So yeah, with the solar plexus, because we're working with the I Am prayer for sixth ray healing, this resurrection flame is working with the solar plexus specifically. This is inner child. This is what Jesus was always talking about, you know, coming back to the innocence. So anything that you're going through, guys, all I can say is if you're going through anything really tumultuous, just don't be too hard on yourself. You know, I've come up, I've met a girl last night, and yeah, she knows of someone that has just basically walked out on the job. And she's thrown all, you know, the toys out of the cot, so to speak. And it's her inner child. Her inner child is wounded. And, you know, even as adults, we call ourselves adults. Interesting title, really. But, yeah, as adults, you know, sometimes when you're triggered, your inner child comes to the forefront and is triggered, and totally wounded inner child, and takes over the show. So this is what, you know, working with the I Am prayers is actually working to really heal those wounds on it for inner children as well. So we're not only looking at past, present, and future realities and timelines, we're looking at inner child healing as well. So yeah, super powerful prayers. If you want to join along on TikTok, and on Sunday specifically, I'll be going live, but yeah, pretty much daily on all the other platforms. So I hope this helped. And I shall see you soon. I'm just going to pull a card for the Rose Oracle deck and see what wants to come through for us. So I'll pop that in another video. But wishing you a beautiful Thursday. I hope you're doing really well, and I will chat to you soon. Bye.